Good morning, everybody. Maisha here with another video. I had got up early this morning. It's like 6:30 in the morning. I never get up this early to record or work on my jewelry or anything, but I thought I better get up early and get started before the whole household wakes up so that I can accomplish something without many interruptions. But so I started working on this because I was trying to play around with my silver silk order that I got. I got one of their kits, the one that goes along. Let's see, this one doesn't, I don't know why I didn't get a receipt in this box. For some reason I didn't get a receipt um, for this one. Let me see. I can tell you the name of this one. Let me tell you, I'm looking it up on my phone. This was the Out of This World SilverSilk Beads and Bundle. So that's what this is. So it came with these beads here. The impression jasper. These are 4mm beads. It came with this chain, which is the Pipechain. I think that's what they call that one. There's no description in the box that came that shows what the beads and everything are. These little baby beads, which are like 2mm, they're quite lovely, in fact, and they look like they have a Picasso on them. They're pretty. I don't know what the name of those beads are. This chain came in, and this is capture chain. It's pretty long. It has this really pretty green and pink metallic in it. It's lovely. And then this pack of beads. And I believe this bundle goes along with I think Daniel Wicks might have had a box and it goes along with. But I don't know. I don't have that box. This I don't know, but it looks like an opalite bead. It's probably hard to see that. And then we have some check beads in here. This one. The shape is a nice shape. It almost looks like a pinch bead, but I don't know what shape that is. Then we have these, which I don't know. They could be aquamarine, maybe. I don't know. They're faceted. We have these Saturn beads, which are nice. I wish I could tell you what all of them are. This one looks like it's maybe an amethyst. These are pretty though. Faceted. These are some tiger eye. Right. And very pretty color palette. And then we have some more beads. These are like little really pretty. These don't, they're smooth and no, they're faceted too. So pretty. Yeah. And then we have these stars here and these little silver spacer beads. It's a pretty mix. So this is everything that came in. Okay. So what I started doing was, oh, I forget these rings. There's these rings too. I'm pretty sure that they're going to have a video on how they worked with this. Feel like there might be one out there already. I'm not sure. But they usually make videos that accompany these kits. Well, this is not necessarily, well, I guess it's a kit, yeah. It's a bundle. So I started playing with it and started working. Oh, and I forgot to mention, of course, that this pipe came. Oh, I did say that. Came with. And so I started working with it. I put some 11-0 galvanized gold seed beads with it and just got this 24 gauge wire and, wrapped like 25 of the gold beads on one end, but almost all of them, I don't know exactly the number, on with the gold spacer in between, and then 25 on the end. So I started wrapping the wire on this side so that I can hold it on, just to wrap it around and have it encircle this chain. And then I liked the placement in my wrist of where it goes. So that's the perfect placement. I don't know why I'm so fidgety this morning. So it's really pretty. That's the perfect placement. So I stopped there and now I'm wrapping the other end. So what I've done so far is I've wrapped it 4 times on this end. And now instead of me cutting it off here, I'm going to fold it over the previous wires so that it crosses. And I want to cut it off closest to the seed beads. And I am. And so now I've looped it over close to the seed beads on this side. And I'm going to cut it on the side, what I anticipate will be the side of the bracelet. And then I'm going to tuck that in closest to the actual beads and not over here on this end. Does that make sense? Because I figure if it's on this end, it might snag on things. But if it's closer to these beads on this inside, then I can easily tuck it in and avoid any scratchy parts. I think my pliers are too thick. I got my skinny Zurons, and I'm just making sure that it's snug in there. I don't want anything sticking out. And check this side, and there's nothing sticking out there. So that's what we've got so far. Again, place it on my wrist, and that's how I'm going to determine where I'm going to cut it this side and make sure that it's even. Okay. Yes, I can get a ruler and do this if you're asking yourself. Okay. So now I have to determine if I even want to put like a wire on the inside or how I will close this off. Right? I am thinking. Let me play with some ideas. I could put wire on the inside, or I can put I can put a like beading wire in the inside, or I can put wire on the inside. This is an example. I just pulled out, the reason why I'm wondering is I don't know about how often the wire gets, how bending it, taking it apart, and all that will affect the wire in the inside. So that's what my dilemma is at this point. But I just put some wire in there and it kind of stiffens it up. In the inside. It doesn't even need wire on the inside, in my opinion. But I'm trying to determine how I would close off the ends, right? What would I use? Will I use like the leather caps to close it off? Will I do some other technique on the end, like say for instance, take wire, wrap the wire around, create a hook and loop and all that kind of stuff. So let me think about how I want to close it off, and then I'll come right back. So I went through my box and I saw that I had some accordions. And so I decided to just go with that. Okay. I measured my wrist a little bit and determined that I needed to cut off a little bit on each side so that I could accommodate my wrist, and then found this is a 22 gauge wire. I feel like I'm going to have to go with wider, maybe 20 gauge, because I kind of want to fill the hole as much as possible. So let me see. I'm just taking a scrap piece of wire out of my scrap bag. I'm going to try to change it out and see how that goes. 20 gauge fits the hole better. Like it fills the hole a little bit better. It might even be able to take like an 18 gauge, but it fills it a little bit better. So I'm going to take my cord in. And I think what I'm going to do with my cord in is I don't want to smash it. It fits perfectly. So what I think I'm going to do, instead of smashing it on there, is putting some GS hypo cement on it. Yeah, I don't want to smash it. Something is going on with my ears. I think I need to do something about them. Okay, let me get my GS hypo cement and put this in. Look at that. This stuff. It always leaks out. This is some great stuff, but it always leaks out. It's okay. It leaks out and then it's on everything. I probably don't even need this GS hypo cement because I'm going to do a simple loop on the end and it will hold it down, but I want it to be snug on the wire. Hold that on there for a second, just so that I can make sure that it's not just on there, but that it is like not wonky and crooked. Hold it for a brief second, just so that it can glue on okay. In the position that I want it in. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to bend that wire back. Hold it in place right where I want it. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do on that side. Then on this side, I'll do it again. I'm only putting a dollop in there, just a little bit. A little goes a long way with this stuff. And it's hard to get that back in. So what I end up doing is I end up putting my finger on the back and then holding the wire very close to my finger so I can see that little baby hole in there. Let me smooth down these little wire pieces that are sticking up. Now I'm going to put this one. There's a little piece so you can't really see them. They're there. Little tiny bits of wire. Trying to make sure those little tiny bits are inside. And I know that that can be taken off too. I'm trying to tuck. It's raining a lot here in California. It rained all night last night. It's been raining for days on end already. I'm not worried about okay. So let's just set up for a second. So it's setting up now. And I'm just flattening it out, the wire. Okay. So it's setting up for a minute for me. And I don't want to mess with it until it has set up. So give me a second to do that. I think what I might do with these is create like some little earrings or something. By I think what can I do with this? Hmm. Oh, you know what I can do? Let me see. What if I what if I this I'm just playing around. This may or may not work. But what if I did something like this? This is my 22 gauge, and let me think. What if I do this like that? I'm going to put a loop here. And now I'm going to start turning it around. I don't know if this is going to work, but I want to see. Okay. And around the end, right? I want to get some seed beads. Oh, shoot. Let me try it like this. Let's do some seed beads. Seed beads. I don't know. May or not, may or may not work, but we can try. They're here. I cut them off. I may as well try to use them. So I put 25 on the end of those. So 25 might be too many for this. So let me see what I have. I have 15. Let's see what happens if I use 15. No, let me do 20 because I want to make sure that it at least wraps around more than once. And I am off screen and don't even know it. Okay. Sorry, y'all. It's a very, very bad habit. Okay, so let me put this on here. If I zoom out, maybe that will help me stay on screen. Let me wrap this around. I want this to stay without me fidgeting with it, so I'm going to put that on. Now I'm going to wrap this around. Let's try that. Oh, shoot. You know what? Before I do this, let me go back. Before I do this, let me do something else. Before I wrap it around, let me do this. Let me wrap it around. I'm going to take these off. Strategic here. Let me wrap this around this one again. Just so that I can have like a fatter neck up here. Right? So let's make that neck a little bit fatter. Okay. Unfortunately, I think I might be using up all of my wire with the neck. And if this doesn't work, what I'll do is I'll get a longer piece of wire. Try it again. Okay, now I'm putting that there to try to hold this in place while I wrap this around. And if I feel like I need more seed beads, I'll just get some. Okay. Well, looks like it's wrapping around. But it may not be enough for the other end. So let me see how that works out. And if it doesn't look like it'll work out the way I'm envisioning it, then I'll just change it. And I don't mind letting the wire show on this side, right? Let me put one of these bad boys in there. Right. And then see if we can get, that looks stupid sticking out like that. would be sticking out like that. So if one sees the side of the earring, it would have this ball sticking out. It's cute, but I don't know if I should do it. I can do it with just the gold. Okay, I have an idea. Okay, so why don't I do this? Okay, so I got that. Let me put more seed beads on here. Since I'm not going to use the ball, it really doesn't matter this time how many seed beads I'm putting. I want to make sure that I have at least enough to put seed beads in the middle, or a couple maybe in the middle, and then the 20 on the end. Okay. And no, I don't know what I'm going to do with that one. I might have to. Actually, let me think. I think this side might be too short to wrap too many times on there. I don't want to do it. Thinking, thinking, thinking. I think my wire might be too short. That's what's going to happen. So I'm going to cut this one off here. Yeah, I think my wire is going to be too short. So what I'll do, cut it off in here. I'm getting it close. That's a cute little bobble at the top. Okay. Should I wrap it more times to kind of match the bracelet? So let's wrap it another time. Bracelet at least, so that I can have 2 wraps around. And then I'll go ahead and put it off. This would be a nice little dangly. So that's on that side. Okay. And so let's try it again on the other side. See how far we can get. This one, I think I'm going to make the hole. I'm going to make the hole a little bit smaller on this side. Okay. Make that one a little bit smaller. Okay. And the reason for that is that I want to loop something from the end. So I'll make that one smaller than the one at the top. Okay, so let's do some beads here. And I'm trying to decide if I want to, I don't know that I want to do it as big as what I have at the top. So let me just look. It just might be necessary to just do one loop around, right? Yeah. The bottom, I'm only gonna do one around, right? To make it just look like an end cap. And I'm not gonna go so far with the wraps around with the wire. Just wrapping around the bottom. This is a design on the fly, y'all. A design on the fly. Okay. This bad boy doesn't want to behave here. Oh, there it goes. Make sure both sides are aligned, right? There we go. That's how that is. Let's zoom that in. Okay, so I've got 2 wraps, 2.5 wraps at the top. Then we have our bar, and then we have 1 wrap at the bottom with our loop. I think that came out okay. So now what I can do is take a little tiny at the bottom. It's a cute little baby. Should I do, so I only have 3 left. So I can just hang 1, or it may need something that's bigger than these little things. I think I have larger sea sediment, impression jasper. So let me grab. So I found my other jasper. This is a little bit, has like brighter bits on it than this one in some spaces. Same thing, but you know, larger space to cover. So I found it and said, okay, well, let me put a loop on the end. I need to find another head pin for this. You're like, you totally abandoned the bracelet. I didn't. I just wanted to make sure that it's set up really good before we move on. 30 head pin. My head pins are thicker than others. And I want a pretty thick ball head pin. Okay, that's not a silk alignment. This is why these Atomic Beads boxes come in handy, because these head pins can really get all messed up, and I don't want to spend my energy and time on head pins. So I just throw them in there. So what I'm going to do for this one, put that had been on. Ended at the very end. Pliers, twist, and then turn it. Now I want to make sure that my loops are the same size. Let's make this a little bit bigger. I want to make sure it's not too much bigger. I'm going to cut off. I probably could have cut. I always have to finagle the wire, make it do what you want it to do. That bad boy does not want to go in. I don't know if he. Bad boy doesn't know that I'm the boss. And it doesn't want to go in. Sorry, I keep pulling away. I can't see. That's my problem. I can't see, so I keep pulling it up to my face. I don't know if that happens to you too. Take this little piece of scrap here. I don't know if you were able to make the live last night, but I was talking about this new show that I started watching on Apple TV. So if you have Apple TV and you want to see a funny show, if you need laughter in your life right now, it's a very funny show. It's called Palm Royale. It's about this girl who wants to be a part of high society. And boy, does it tickle me. And one of the most legendary comedians and actresses is in there, like of all time, Carol Burnett. And I swear, she is just too funny. She's hilarious, and you just don't expect for somebody to age so well and then to still be so funny. It's amazing. You know, just she should be like the inspiration for a lot of us. She's amazing. She's so funny. And if you like Ricky Martin, Ricky Martin's in there. And he doesn't look like he's aged a bit. I just cannot believe how young he looks. And I don't know if that's plastic surgery or what, but he looks like he isn't aging at all. And he's such an endearing character in the movie. Okay, so I've only done one of these so far, but I've got the dangles ready for the other one now. Okay, let me show you what I've got going on here. So, okay, so I decided I'm going to use both of these on the end because at first it was like, do I just use this little baby? No, because it's not going to make a statement. Then it was like, do I just use this one? Yeah, it'd be cute. But I'm going to put them both. I'm going to make it a little bit more dangly. And then the bottom part is going to be the part that kind of dangles the most. So I'm going to start with adding this one to the bottom. And then as you could see, I put a small loop on that side. and I'm going to dangle this one on a small loop. So now when one wears, this part is kind of stiff at the top, and then these two dangle at the bottom. Hard to see, but they're very dangly. Yep. So that'll be the earring that can go with this, or it can just be a little flirty earring by itself. I'll make another one of these, but let me go ahead and this should be good. And now what I'll do is I will do a loop on each side of this. I was going to do simple loop, but I think I'll just wrap it once. Okay. Right. It's going this way for now, but I'll see if I need to move it. Okay. I'm just checking my loops. I'm checking my loops to see if they are the same size. I'm looking at. I said this on another video, and that is that these designs are handmade. So perfection is not an option. You know, some of us will work it to death, right? And of course, we want to get as close to perfect as we can, but how is that even possible, right? I can't even stay in frame of the video, let alone make something absolutely perfect, right? Oh, shoot. See, I can't see. That's my problem. Why I get out of the frame is because I can't see. And that's not the camera, it's my eyesight. So I'm actually trying to tuck. I just want to tuck once and can't see. I had to make a decision on how I wanted to end this. So I paused the video so that I could go and look for a class. And when I went to do that, I had to make another decision how I wanted that class to look on the back end. So I said, let me add a little chain to it, a couple chain links. And so that's what I'm doing now. I'm putting on these chain links to the ends. And right now what I'm doing is I'm securing it with 2 jump rings. Okay. So this is a little curved chain that I'm adding a couple links there to that side. There's 3 of them there. And then I'm going to connect. See if this one will work. This one might be too small. I could, it's hard to see the slit on this one. I could use a gold-filled jump ring here too if I wanted to. Those are pretty thick. The ones that I have are twisted, but this one fits. I don't know if I'm going to have to take off links because it's too long or whatever. But I want it to fit snugly. I don't like my bracelets to fit too loose. So let me do it on this side. I'm trying to decide if I should do a extender chain or not. Decisions. I didn't expect that it would take me this long to even get through a video coming down here so early in the morning. But when you have so many decisions to make, sometimes that happens. And I'm designing on the fly. I didn't prepare and then say, okay, I know what I want to do. Let me go in here and just record it. This time I was in the middle of actually designing and said, let me just go ahead and record it. So you won't get to be along with me in the whole thought process except for my pausing the video so that I don't bore you to death while I'm making a decision. Uh-oh. Oh, it's my ring camera. Goes off all day. Now you all are watching me get a jump ring on, which takes forever. Hey, she did it. Yay. As Dora the Explorer would say. She did it. Yay. Okay. So now I'm looking at my sizing. Let's see here in the back. So yes, on this side, I have 1, 2, 3 links, and then I have the jump ring that holds it on. This jump ring came with Taking that off. I'm going to take off links on this side. They don't open, they're closed links, so I have to cut it. And I'm going to put a little bit larger jump ring on the other side than the one that was connected. I'm trying to decide about this. So if you're going through the thought process with me and this is taking too long, just put me on, where you can speed me up or, jump to the end if you want to see how it looks at the very end. Oh, was it on right the first time? I think it was. Oh boy. So I know fellow content creators can totally relate to what I'm experiencing right now, because you not only have to manage talking, you have to manage, you're thinking about how your video is turning out while you're trying to design, right? At least for me, this is me. So I'm thinking about, oh, is this right? Am I on camera? So you have to think about all those things, and you have to design, and then you're thinking, oh, I wonder if people like this design. That's just me. Probably just me. I want to do this one, or I think I'll do this other one. This is an actual handmade jump ring that I had to make myself, because sometimes I run out of jump rings and have to make my own. So this is one because it's the size that I like, but I run out of that one. I have a very skinny wrist. Very skinny. So that's how that one go. See. Make sure that it's going to be long enough for me. It might be one of those things where you get hubby to help out with. Right? Because trying to put on a bracelet under the camera is a struggle for everybody. So it's like a bangle, but this is how it turned out. I hope you like. Okay, it's kind of like a bangle, right? It's not too loose, it's not too tight. And this is how it came out, with adding a little bit of chain to make it a little decorative around my wrist. I don't know if I'm going to do bangles. I usually do dangles, but I think I don't want dangles this time. Okay, so that's how that turned out. right? And I will finish the other earring. You all saw me do that. So I'll finish the other earring and then I'll post the pictures on the thumbnail so that you could see what it came out to look like all at one time. So that's this one. So if you like this design, just hit the like button, um, subscribe, join our Facebook group over on Facebook. It's Blue Sapphire Studio Facebook group. Just join. There's lots of fun going on over there. We're all sharing the things that we make. There's people giving tips, tricks, asking questions, always encouraging and commenting on what you do. We provide a lot of support to one another. Also, if there's anything that you saw me use here in this video, please check out my description box because there will be links there for some of my favorite things. If there's something that's there that you do not see, then just put a message in there and I'll get a link for you or email it to you or whatever, text it, however you want me to do it so I can get that information to you. But I hope you like it. My silver silk bracelet and earrings. I'm going to do this last one and then I'm going to show you what that looks like. It's in my description box also. There's a whole set in there. Um, this is glue on the end of my finger. Okay, so that's the earrings. This is the bracelet. I hope you like. I hope you like. So if you like it, subscribe, hit the like button, come back for more, join us on BFF Live, join us in the Facebook group with lots of encouraging friends that are there on Facebook. It's Blue Sapphire Studio there. Join us there. Instagram, Blue Sapphire Studio. My website, I still need to upload lots of things into the website, is bluesapphire.co.com. And my email is bluesapphire@gmail.com if you ever want to get in touch with me. But this is the end result. I hope you like them. And I will see you next time. Happy beading, friends.